After that conversation, I made one final change. I stopped answering emotional messages completely. If she reached out about practical matters, I responded politely. But the late-night talks, the deep personal conversations, the comfort she once relied on, that was over. At first, she tried to keep the connection alive. She sent long messages about memories. She reminded me of trips we took and jokes we used to share. But I didn't fall back into it. I understood something clearly now. Staying friends had only delayed my healing. With Claire, things felt steady. There was no confusion about roles or expectations. We were building something new, something honest. I didn't feel like a backup plan. I felt chosen. Eventually, my ex stopped trying as much. I think she realized she no longer had the same access to me. The comfort she once assumed would always be there was gone. Divorce isn't just about signing papers. It's about closing emotional doors too. She asked me to stay friends after we ended our marriage. My new relationship didn't just change my life. It showed her she no longer had a place in it. After I set those boundaries, things shifted quickly. She didn't like the distance. She said I was changing. She said I used to be more understanding. I stayed calm and told her I was simply moving forward. Not long after that, I heard through friends that her new relationship wasn't going well. There were arguments. He wasn't as attentive as she expected. Suddenly, she started texting me more again. She said she missed our conversations. She said I was the only one who truly understood her. One night she asked if we could meet for coffee. I agreed, but this time I felt different. When we sat across from each other, she looked uncertain. She admitted she thought I would always be there for her, no matter what. She didn't expect me to actually build a new life. I listened quietly. For the first time, I wasn't trying to fix her feelings. I wasn't trying to reassure her. I simply observed. She didn't lose me the day we divorced. She lost me the day I stopped being emotionally available. One evening, I posted a simple photo online. It was just me and Claire at a small outdoor concert. Nothing dramatic. Just two people smiling. Within minutes, my phone buzzed. It was my ex. She asked who Claire was. Her messages felt sharp, almost demanding. She said she was just curious, but her tone didn't sound casual. She said it seemed fast. She wondered if I had really moved on already. I reminded her gently that she had been seeing someone for months. She replied that it wasn't the same. I didn't argue. I just noticed the double standard. Later, Claire asked about the constant messages. I explained the situation honestly. She listened carefully and then said something simple. If she's your ex, she doesn't get boyfriend privileges anymore. That sentence stayed with me. I realized I had been keeping one foot in the past. I was still answering late-night calls. Still offering emotional support. Still available whenever she needed comfort. The next day, I sent a respectful message. I told her we could stay friendly, but the constant emotional talks had to stop. For the first time, I felt space between us. At first, I convinced myself that staying friends was healthy. But over time, I started noticing a pattern. She would call when she was bored or upset. If things were good in her new relationship, I wouldn't hear from her for days. But the moment she argued with him, my phone would light up. She still expected me to care about her feelings. She still wanted my advice. And I kept giving it. It felt familiar, almost comfortable, even though we were no longer together. Then something unexpected happened. Through a mutual friend, I met someone new. Her name was Claire. She was calm, confident, and direct. Our conversations felt easy. There were no games, no emotional confusion. Just honesty. When my ex found out I was spending time with someone, her tone changed. She asked more questions. She suddenly seemed interested in what I was doing. She even brought up old memories from our marriage. For the first time, I noticed something clearly. She didn't want me back. She just didn't want to lose access to me. And that realization changed how I saw everything. The day we signed the divorce papers felt strange. There were no loud arguments, no dramatic scenes. Just two people sitting across from each other, ending something that once meant everything. When it was done, she looked at me and smiled softly. She said we didn't have to lose each other completely. She suggested we stay friends, grab coffee sometimes, and keep things mature. I nodded because I didn't know what else to say. Part of me still cared about her. Part of me didn't want to feel like those years meant nothing. After the divorce, she kept texting me. At first it seemed normal. She would ask how work was going or send random updates about her day. Then she started calling when she felt stressed. She talked about her new life, her new freedom, and even the man she was seeing. Somehow, I became the person she vented to about him. I told myself this was what mature adults did. But deep down, it felt confusing. We were no longer married, yet I was still emotionally tied to her. I didn't realize I was still playing a role in her life.